Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Hey Listen Video Game Podcast. This is episode 1. I'm Cole Annoying Navi, and here's my co-host.
Zach, ZRPG.
Yep, so today is obviously episode 1, and there's a lot to cover, and I guess we'll start things off by talking about, how we got started in the community and stuff. So, for me, actually, it was the Angry Video Game Nerd. I found his channel. It's huge, obviously, so,
hmm
um, you know, that's how I got it started. But actually, through his favorites, I found Retro Gamer 3, and I was actually huge into his channel. I thought it was pretty funny and stuff and very entertaining. And eventually he posted a video saying he was on the Operation Kill Screen podcast. And so I
hmm
listened to that. That was episode 5, and that was actually my first podcast, and I thought it was like really cool. And through that, I found Jumbo Junkie, Dog in My Lens, Sinister Moon, and through them, I found other people, and so on and so forth. And that's kind of how it escalated. So, what
Yeah.
about yourself?
Actually, what year was that? Did you got into the community?
Um, hmm, uh, about a year and a half ago, I want to say.
Yeah,
So,
I got into the community at I think it was August of 2009.
hmm
So I was like
yeah, you
12 years
were,
old, I
yeah, you
think.
were like really early.
Um, that was around the beginning of the forums. I got on the PGRF a few months afterwards,
hmm
and I think the first person I subscribed to was Alex Demoted. Do you know him?
Uh, I don't think so, but
He used to make like flea market videos, and he was like the first I'd seen of any of those kinds of videos.
mhm.
He doesn't really post videos anymore, but I heard he's going to start up again. I can't really remember where it went from there. Obviously, I found Pete Dorr. Probably the first video I saw of his was his room tour, which
Yeah.
yeah, so that was amazing, and that led me to his other videos. And he had that shout out video that like I hear so many people say they found out so many people through that video, and
hmm
I think he shouted out Dog in My Lens, but at the time I don't think I even checked her out until later, actually. But I found a lot of people through there and just spiraled into what it is now.
Yep. So, guess that's a good way to segue into us explaining the segments, I guess. So
hmm
basically, we have what I guess 4 segments. Crap we've been doing segment where we just talk about podcasts, videos, and games. We've been doing,
Yeah.
pretty general segment. Then we have news. Uh, see, then we have our main topic, which today it's going to be Mario 3D platformers. So we'll get into that, and then we're going to finish off with Nintendo talk, which will basically we're going to be recommending a Nintendo game. So.
Yeah, one each. We're each gonna pretty much put in the spotlight. We're gonna have
Mhm.
one Nintendo game each. Even we don't know what the other person has, so like maybe I won't have the game that he suggests, and it'll be a good recommendation for me too. So
Yep.
it's
Yeah, so it should be a good conversation. So, guess we should just jump into the first segment.
yep.
All right, so crap, we've been doing segments. So, we're going to be talking about podcast videos and games, obviously. So, would you like to start off or should I?
Yeah, I'll start it off.
Okay.
Um, Basically, we'll start off with the videos, and we're just gonna lightly touch on them since there are quite a lot of videos, and
hmm
we won't really go in detail because that would go on way too long. But this will be a good way to like connect with community and throw some shout outs in there at the same time. So,
hmm
um, the first one I saw was Metal Jesus Rocks, his 10,000 subscriber giveaway and live rock video. That was a really awesome one. Donovan Viper, I saw his Viper's Venom episode 1. I saw his game pickups for June and July. Uh, of course, Pete Dorr, I saw he had 3 videos this week. Games I bought recently, episode 32. Actually, he had parts 2 and 3 up this week. And his Sega Saturn collection and games he played recently, episode 1.
Mm.
Uh, Captain 8-Bit, The Game Chasers, episode 17. That was a really awesome episode. Have you seen The Game Chasers before?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, they're awesome.
hmm
Production value is amazing on that too.
Yeah, it's a real show. hmm
Um, Then I saw Skating and Gaming's games I've been playing July 2012. Antony0425, he had a PS3 or Xbox 360 giveaway for his 5,000 subscriber special. So check that out if you want a chance at that. Um, Basically, you just leave a comment a day and you have to be subscribed to him and like and favorite the video to have a chance. Some other highlights: the making of Jason Heine's Nothing Forever. I saw that.
Mhm.
Did you see that?
Oh yeah, actually, I have that written down, but crossing it off. But
Yeah,
yeah, so yeah,
I
that was
thought that
actually
was
really
really
cool.
awesome.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that was like really high production. I really wasn't expecting that, to be honest,
hmm
but it
He's
was
really
really
close to
cool.
his
Mhm.
Kickstarter goal right now.
He is.
I think he's
Mhm.
only got like 4 days left actually, but he's at like, I think like 4,325 out of 5,000
Yeah,
for his goal.
that's pretty good.
So hopefully he gets there in time, or
Hmm.
he'll just barely fall short if not.
Hmm.
I saw TV and Lust, his game collection, July 12th, 2012. Uh, I also saw Happy Console Gamer Dragon Quest X Slime Keyboard. That's getting me really excited for Dragon Quest X, which I wasn't really excited for before.
Hmm.
Because I don't really play MMORPGs, but it looks like it'll have a really cool system. Like I'm gonna wait for the Wii U version though, because I can imagine the Wii U's gonna version is gonna be way better than the Wii versions.
Yeah, I'm sure it will be. But yeah, Dragon
So
Quest X. That's actually looking to be like really cool. So yeah,
yeah,
I'm pretty excited.
and let's see. Those are pretty much the highlights. I also saw
Hmm.
Reluce's growing up in the '90s video games video and his July pickups. Ball Nick 1982. I saw his Q&A answers. And Anzi, I saw his video. He showed his first dance at the wedding.
Hmm.
So that's pretty awesome. So
Hmm.
congratulations to him on that.
Yeah, definitely.
Those are the main videos I've been watching in our community, at least.
Yeah.
Outside of that, I've been watching lots of Cassim G, but I watched some Let's Plays too, but there weren't that many this week. So yeah, I'm really getting into Cassim G. So
Yeah. For me, I guess, really, pretty much everything you've said, I've watched. A couple other things, though. Alpha Omega Sin, he had a Kingdom Hearts
mm,
unboxing video for 3DS.
yeah, I'm behind
Just,
on his videos.
yeah. Uh, it it was pretty cool. The collector's edition for that actually looks like really cool. So,
Yeah, my brother actually got
mhm,
that. He doesn't even have the
really,
3DS yet, but he got it because he wanted it so much.
yeah, it really does look really cool. So
But
that was interesting.
it
Hmm.
came with like a 3DS case,
Hmm.
but he's getting the 3DS XL, so he gave me
Oh,
the case
yeah.
for now.
Yeah, and I'm pretty sure like it's like a clear case with what a black hearts or something on it.
Yeah, there's like black
Yeah.
hearts with like uh
So if you have a black
some faces and
3DS,
yeah,
yeah,
it didn't work very well with the
hmm,
blue one, I don't think, but
really.
I can't imagine what the best color would have been though.
Hmm. Yeah, but then other than that, Review Tech USA I've been watching just because I don't know, they're pretty entertaining videos. He just kind of brings up news articles, talks about them, gives his thoughts, and
Yeah,
so
I watch his videos too, but I
uh,
haven't seen any of his this week though.
yeah, lately he's been actually posting a lot of them.
hmm
So that was pretty entertaining. Yeah, there had to have been like 5 videos, I want to say. There was a ton, but other than that, really all I've been watching, it's really not even watching. I've been listening to Final Fantasy 13 2 music, just because
Hmm.
the music's really great. If you haven't listened to or if you want to listen to some of the music, I suggest listen to Last Hunter, Dash, and really, those are probably like the best songs in the game so far, it seems like. But yep, it's really good, and that's pretty much all I've been watching. So,
Cool.
mhm.
All right, you want to go ahead with the podcast?
Podcast,
Just
yeah.
mention the ones you've been listening to this week.
Well, there's tons of podcasts. A couple. podcasts a lot of people don't seem to mention, it seems like, in the community. Hate It podcast is actually pretty good. It's with like Alpha Megasin, Yell Chaos, Magus, or not whatever, Sainted Magnus, and
Mm.
Razor Fist. It's pretty entertaining. VGO, Video Game Outsiders. If you haven't listened to that, it's one of the most hilarious podcasts there is, I think.
Mm.
The hosts are really funny and just really entertaining.
I still
Why?
haven't. I hear a lot
No.
of them about
Mhm.
them on Operation Killscreen, but
Oh yeah,
that's
they're
about all I've
hilarious.
heard.
Like I remember one episode, one of the hosts talked about. Keep in mind, he's like 38 years old. And he's talking about how he accidentally crapped himself, like on a road trip or something. It's stuff like that. It's hilarious. So then,
Yeah.
other than that, Wild Spade, which is it's basically a podcast talking about statistics for Pokemon, which is
Mm.
basically like it's all about competitive Pokemon basically because it's just interesting to listen to, I guess, if you're into Pokemon. But
Yeah. I've never dabbled in the
uh-huh,
competitive Pokemon really.
yeah, I'm actually pretty big into it just because it's very different, I guess. But
Mm.
other than that, really just the mainstream ones, All Gen Gamers, Operation Killscreen, TV and Lust, you know, the
Yeah.
the bigger ones, and Gamer Horizon, stuff like that. But that's pretty much it.
Hmm. All right. Yeah, I don't watch near as many as you do, but
Hmm.
um, let's see. There's the basic ones like you said. I watched TV and Lust episode 84,
Hmm.
All Gen Gamers episode 104, which is pretty cool because I'm not that big into collecting yet,
Hmm.
since I don't have a good source of income, but that's a good it was a good episode to hear
Hmm.
about the different techniques and everything.
Yeah, it was pretty good.
Operation Killscreen episode 75. Rad Rascal Special number 1 is the most recent one I saw, which was the first mini episode they have in the month of August. I thought that was really good. That was probably the second best podcast episode I've seen this week.
Hmm.
It's ironic because the my favorite episode I've seen this week was episode 6 of the Users, which actually had Broland on there as the guest. So
Hmm.
that was really awesome. It went on for 4 hours though, so
Yeah. So then, is that it?
that's
Or
that's about it. Yeah.
hmm. Okay, so I guess now we can talk about our games. So for me, really, I've been playing a ton of RPGs a couple months ago. So like Skyrim, Dragon Quest, been playing stuff like that. So
Hmm.
now I'm almost sick of RPGs. So I wanted to play a lot of platformers. So I've been playing Sonic Colors, which is it's really good, but there's a couple aspects I don't like about it. The 2D side scrolling is a little bit too floaty, I think. So it's just
Yeah.
a little bit awkward to control. But and I'm not really a fan of, I guess, how colorful it is because a lot of colors just don't. I don't know. Like there's for example, there's a stage where I believe it's called Planet Wisp, where the colors are like this really bright green, and then there's like purple water type of thing going on. So it's like the colors are really just like everywhere, and it's just a little bit not distracting, but I don't, I don't really know how to describe it. Just kind of annoyance, I guess.
Hmm.
Kind of wish it was just more like blues and greens, kind of like Emerald Coast and Sonic Adventure type of thing. But overall the game is pretty fun. And then Super Mario Galaxy 2, which obviously we'll talk about that a little bit later.
Yeah.
I actually just picked up wow, screw that up, but Sonic Generations on the 3DS today, which
Hmm.
I had the console version. I beat it, got all the achievements. I thought it was one of the best platformers ever made. It was so good. But the 3DS version seems to be pretty great so far. Not as good, but still definitely good for what it is. And then I've also been playing Kid Icarus Uprising. That's actually been my multiplayer game of choice lately. It's
Hmm.
very different. There really isn't anything like it, I think. It's just a very unique third person shooter, basically, third person action game. It's pretty fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I still need to get that. There's two
Hmm.
huge essential 3DS games I'm still missing. That's Mario Kart 7 and Kid Icarus Uprising.
Mhm,
So I really need to get those because I haven't really experienced much multiplayer on the 3DS yet. So,
mhm. Yeah, the soundtrack for Kid Icarus is so good. Just look up Kid Icarus Uprising Chapter 6 music.
hmm,
It's really great. So other than that, I do have an action RPG, Muramasa the Demon Blade. I was playing that for a little bit, just
hmm,
uh, just kind of dabbling in it because I already beat the female story, so now I'm on the male, and
hmm.
it's very challenging if you're playing on hard, but it's very easy if you're playing on easy. So it doesn't feel like it's balanced that well, I guess. There's no like normal in between difficulty, I guess. So
Yeah.
but I actually do have a couple RPGs, which I just played this for a little bit, but Pokemon Emerald started a new file just because felt like playing Hone again.
You
But
know
mhm,
the Hoenn region, the third generation of Pokemon's the only generation. I don't have a single game in that generation.
really,
I think my brother has all of them, but I've heard so many good things about the third generation. I still haven't
yeah,
played any.
I think that's probably my favorite because it's much more, I would say almost linear, and
Hmm.
it's much shorter. So actually, I like that just because it gives me more time to collect Pokemon, so I don't get like sick of the story or whatever. Uh, I can just get through it real quickly. So it's pretty fun. And then last but not least, Chocobo's Dungeon on the Wii. Final Fantasy Fables Chocobo's Dungeon. So
Hmm.
that's it's a very fun game. It's very different. It plays like a lot like Pokemon Mystery Dungeon. So yeah,
Hmm.
if you like Mystery Dungeon, check it out. It's pretty fun. So that's about it. So and you?
All right.
Yep.
I played a bunch of games, but it's pretty much like I
Hmm.
haven't spent like a huge amount of time on any game. I've just kind of thinned it out over a bunch of games. But the game I've really spent the least amount of time with is Record of Agarist War Zero on the Xbox 360. Have you heard of that before?
Now I actually haven't.
It's basically like Fire Emblem. It's like a tactical RPG. It plays similarly to it, but literally the only thing I've
Mm.
played of it is the tutorial, and I really
Well,
got bored after that.
yeah, what was that called? It was.
Record of Agarist War Zero.
I'm writing that down.
I think there's Record of Agarist
Okay.
War, but I think Zero is like the prequel to that.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
Um,
thanks.
yeah, my brother got it, and yeah, I just played the tutorial, but I got bored of it because they made it definitely a lot more complicated than Fire Emblem, which I really
Hmm.
love Fire Emblem too. So they have like this thing like called AP, which is like it pretty much allows you to use like different skills. Like you have skills that take up a certain amount of AP,
Hmm.
and if you there's like a option you can do to I think you can like if you just sit there you'll gain more AP. So
Yeah.
yeah, that's
So,
the way you keep fighting.
what do the just out of curiosity, what do the graphics look like? Does it look like Path of Radiance, or is it just a very I don't know, pixely, I guess? Like
Looks it
hmm
looks pretty unique. Like it's not like Fire Emblem. Like
hmm
when they're showing the dialogue, which I really didn't have any interest in the dialogue because it didn't seem like the story was all that good. But um, when they're exchanging dialogue, it's pretty much the same as Fire Emblem. Like
hmm
it'll be in the 2D animated
hmm
Japanese animated style, and you'll
yeah.
actually hear the Japanese voice acting and then just text. But um, when they're actually fighting, it's like actually a 2D thing
Mm.
when they're fighting,
Yeah,
and
because
they don't
uh, oh yeah, I
go
was just
ahead.
gonna say because I brought that up because Sega brought out what I'm not sure if Sega brought it out, but Sakura Wars came out on the Wii, and that it looks basically like a PlayStation One game. So I didn't know if that was the same case for this. S- So that's just kind of why I
No,
brought it up. But no,
looks pretty good. Like
yeah,
when they're attacking, they don't go into like full cinematics like they did with Fire Emblem.
hmm
When you go to attack someone, you just kind of do it on the map. You just kind of slash across at them, and yeah, I really should try to get back to that, but
hmm
I have no interest really because there's so many other games.
Hmm.
Um, the other one I haven't played much of is RuneScape. I played literally like 15 minutes of RuneScape because I haven't played that in so long. I just wanted to see what it was like.
Hmm.
And I was surprised how drastically it changed. It's a MMORPG. That was like the only one I used to play seriously. Um, but it's changed so drastically into like a lot higher production value for a game. Like there's a full story. There didn't used to be that.
Hmm.
So it's pretty interesting, but I felt like the laptop was my brother's laptop was gonna overheat when I did that, so I just kind of stopped playing.
Yeah, RuneScape now is actually like a lot of people give it crap, but I think it's actually, I mean, for a free game, it's pretty good,
Hmm.
I think.
Yeah, you can't expect World of Warcraft's like
Yeah.
production from a free game. So,
Hmm.
um, the other game, there's a lot of games I haven't played much of at all this week, but I played them for like a little bit.
Hmm.
The other one, Super Mario Bros., just the original on Virtual Console. It's a really good game. It's one of those games that's really good to play like while you're listening to a podcast or something, because it doesn't take much concentration at all.
Uh,
And I still have yet to beat
yeah.
that, so I'd really like to beat that for the first time and then be able to move on
Hmm.
to the others.
Is that the Wii Virtual Console or 3DS Virtual Console?
It's the Wii Virtual
Oh, okay.
Console. Because we actually got like a while ago we got a new Wii because our other Wii was having like
Uh-huh.
disk errors, and it actually came with two built-in games on it already from the Virtual Console. Those Donkey Kong and Super Mario Bros.
That's interesting. So they
So,
put games on there? It's actually kind of
yeah.
cool. Yeah.
Um, the other game, actually earlier this week I actually beat Rayman Origins. Um,
Hmm.
I released a video on that, but I thought it was really awesome. The platform is brilliant with it's like so precise, and I love the fast pacing of some of the there's these chase levels where you have to chase treasure chests. They're like bonus levels. I love the pacing of those because it's pretty much trial and error, but it's always your fault when you mess up because you pretty much have to be spot on to keep up with the screen as it scrolls back and then eventually get to the treasure chest at the end.
Hmm.
So I
Yeah.
really enjoyed that.
Yeah, I wasn't gonna say anything.
Oh, I
Yeah.
played that co-op with my brother. At first, when I started playing it by myself, I really wasn't impressed. Like, I was expecting to be blown away by the graphics because I heard how amazing they were, but I
Hmm.
really wasn't blown away that much. But I don't think my TV does it much justice because I don't have an HD TV for my games at
Hmm.
least,
Yeah, same here.
and so it might not look near as good as it usually does. But the graphic style was still pretty cool. I liked how they made it 2D.
Hmm. Yeah, I still need to pick it up. It's just that for some reason I just have no interest in it. I'm not sure why. Everyone keeps saying it's great, but
Hmm.
I don't know. I'll have to like force myself to go buy it or something. But
Yeah,
yeah,
pretty sure it's like $30 new at this
yeah.
point. Um, I was just really looking for a platformer to play
Hmm.
because, I really like New Super Mario Bros. Wii, and that was a four-player co-op game, and this one was a four-player co-op game, so I thought it would work well, and
Hmm.
it did. So, all right, another game was, Sega's Superstars Tennis.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Actually, I haven't been playing that,
Hmm.
but I don't know if this is every disc, probably not, but on the back of mine, it came with an Xbox Live Arcade compilation disc,
Really.
and and at first I just passed it by. I don't know why I didn't even look at the pictures on it, but I figured they would just be stupid games. But they actually had some pretty good classics on there, like well Uno, which isn't a classic, but me and my family have been playing that a lot, so I figured I would get into that. But it really doesn't work well because you can't play any local multiplayer, so none of my
Hmm.
family can play that with me anyway. And they also had Feeding Frenzy, which I heard the name tossed around a lot, but I never really knew what it was about. Have you played that before?
I've heard of it and seen videos, but not actually played it.
Yeah, you basically you start out as a small fish, and then you can only eat fish that are smaller than you, while you also have to avoid the fish that are bigger than you.
Hmm.
And then as you eat enough fish, you'll grow bigger and be able to eat bigger fish. And then more fish are introduced as you go through different rounds. So it's pretty cool, but
Hmm.
I have a feeling I'll get tired of it quickly. I don't know how people got these huge high scores on it.
Sounds cool.
And the third game on there is Pac-Man Championship Edition, which I heard a lot of good things about that. They have Championship Edition Deluxe out now, but this one's still really good. It pretty much takes the classic Pac-Man and just makes it a lot longer each round because you get these special fruits or food items that kind of add half of the pellets back again, so you can keep adding them and taking down ghosts and everything.
Mm.
There's different modes that I still have yet to try. I just started with the first one. I don't remember what it was called. So yeah, that's that. And I played a little bit of Mad World on the Wii. It was a pretty good beat 'em up, but that was the time when I was looking for a game to play while listening to a podcast, and it really didn't work because there's a lot of talking and there's like no subtitles. I don't know if you can turn those on or not. So I really couldn't focus on a podcast while playing it. So I'll have to go back to that when I don't want to listen to a podcast. But I try to listen to a podcast whenever I play games usually. Um, but it's pretty cool. The idea is you pretty much get points for killing people and like in the better way. Like it's really bloody and it's like a black and white style game. Like you'll be able to like shove a trash can on one of the guys' heads and then stick a sign through his head and then shove him on a wall of spikes. Really violent, but it's like they have a game show thing going on. It's like a death match thing.
Hmm. So,
I've been playing way too many games.
yeah,
But
well,
the thing is, I've been playing a lot of them for like 15 minutes, 30 minutes each,
hmm,
so they're spread thin. One I'll just
yeah.
mention.
Yeah, so it turns out my recorder can only record for 30 minutes at a time and we got cut off. But so where were we? We were at
I just mentioned
talk
Pokemon Mystery Dungeon, Blue
yeah.
Rescue Team, and
Hmm.
I really couldn't get into that again.
Yeah. Actually, I have Red Rescue Team and I thought that game was actually like really great, but
Hmm.
I haven't gotten any of the DS ones yet, but they're not I hear they're not too different, so
Yeah,
I'm not rushing.
they're
Yeah.
pretty much the same. I've heard they only make very small changes.
Yeah, so I'm not rushing out to get it, but yeah, they're pretty fun.
All right, I've only got two games left, but New Super Mario Bros. Wii. We already beat this game a long time ago, but
Hmm.
me and my brother are just going back to get some of the star coins. We're hoping to 100% it. Um, so that's a lot of fun though. Still,
Hmm. Yeah, that's a pretty good game. Um, a little while ago I was playing it, but haven't gone back to it yet.
yeah, I'm really looking forward to the New Super Mario Bros. U
Hmm.
and 2 as well.
Yeah.
Um, the, the last game is Viewtiful Joe on the
Mm.
GameCube. Have you ever played this game?
Actually, I have. Yeah, it's pretty fun.
Like it? How much have
Mhm.
you played of it?
Really, not too much, but it hmm, really not that much. But because actually, what happened was I actually sold the game after I played like
Hmm.
I don't know the first couple hours I want to say, just because I don't know. There was a one time where I was just into this huge like selling phase to get new games,
Hmm.
so I would just sell any game it seemed like. But I'm out of that now, obviously. But it's one of those I want to get back again.
Yeah,
Wow.
I'm
Okay.
only 3 hours into it, but it's a really unique game.
Hmm.
How it's like a comic book slash movie style in both the graphics and basically the what the whole game's centered on. And you
Hmm.
get these certain like VFX powers, I think they're called. Like one lets you go really fast, and one lets you slow down time, which drops some floating platforms, which is used to do a lot of really complicated puzzles at times. It's a really difficult game.
Yep.
Because I'm stuck at a point right now. I always I always hate getting stuck at parts in games because then I never go back. But I'm really gonna try to with this because it'd be pretty good to beat this since I own Viewtiful Joe 2 and I own Viewtiful Joe Red Hot Rumble 2.
Hmm. Yep.
So that's about it right there.
Red. Oh, okay. So I guess we move on to our next segment, which is the news. So do you want to
Yep.
start off or should I? Uh,
Yeah, I'll start it off.
okay.
I've only got three news articles because basically the segment's not going to be huge, like huge discussion on them. Just a few highlights we've seen. There were probably some big ones we missed, but I just haven't been paying attention that much. I just look. These are all from mynintendonews.com.
Hmm.
That's where I get a lot of my stuff from. Um, Let me pull up the first one. Two of them are only like statistics, but let's
Okay.
see.
Let's see.
Let's see if I can pull them up here.
Oh, okay. Well, do you want me to talk about mine while you're pulling them up, or?
Yeah, go ahead. I
Okay.
thought I had them up, but I guess not. So
Yeah, well, I have a couple sales. First one, Pokemon Black and White 2. So far, it's already at 2.5 million, or
nice.
whatever. Yeah. So that's that's
Just from Japan alone.
uh-huh. Yeah, so that's already that's a lot, but I'm sure it's going to sell a ton more. And then New Super
Yeah.
Mario Bros. 2 actually just came out Japan, and that's already at
hmm
423,000. So that's that seems pretty good, I guess. Uh,
423,000.
yeah, I would assume it would, because I'm pretty sure like when Mario Land came out, didn't that sell like millions like right away? But
I'm not sure.
hmm,
I didn't know much about the sales on that. I know it sold well.
mhm.
It was one of the top four 3DS games, but I'm not sure.
Yep, could be wrong, but that just seems a little bit low for a Mario game. But the
It
last news
does.
story, yeah, but the last news story is supposedly a Final Fantasy 13 3 will come out, which I'm not
Hmm.
sure how. I'm pretty sure I got that from OperationRainfall.com or whatever their site is. But
Yeah.
supposedly that's going to be coming. So if that's the
Really?
case, then yeah, I believe it is. Let's see.
I'm. They really should stop. They always
Mhm.
actually yeah, they should stop lingering on the same game, I think, because I don't know, Final Fantasy 13, it's got a lot of people that love it, but there's also some people that are mixed with it. So I think it would actually please people more if they just went into a whole new one.
Personally, I would actually disagree with you just because I'm a huge
Hmm.
fan of Final Fantasy 13. It's actually probably my favorite Final Fantasy, which is, I know a lot of people are going to think I'm stupid
Hmm.
or whatever, but it's, yeah, I really like it. But
Yeah,
I mean, I'm
I-
excited for it, but
I'm just talking for the people though that there's a lot. I haven't played
uh,
it myself. I have it, but I haven't played it. But I know there's a lot of people that didn't really like where they
mhm.
went with it. So I think if they went with a Final Fantasy 15, that would please both the people that liked it and the people that hated it
Yeah,
more.
I can see that, but still hoping for it, but so that's pretty much all I have. Is there anything? Have you pulled up the tabs or?
I've got one up here.
Oh, okay.
Um, it's a really small statistic, but I thought it was pretty interesting.
Uh-huh.
It says we're pretty much in the minority, I think. This one's talking about like the average gamer's age. Before I could have sworn it was like 21, right?
That's what I would assume, but
But now it
yeah.
says according to the ESA, which is the Entertainment Software Association, the average
Mhm.
American is 30 years old,
Mm.
and then 32% are under 18, which is us. 31% are between 18 and 35, and 37% are over 30.
Well, here's the thing though. How do they track that or
Yeah, that's
come
what I
up that
was.
it's a bit?
wondering too. And I was wondering like what they classify as a gamer too, because
Mhm.
it says 53% of American gamers are male, while 47% are female.
Yeah. Because here's the thing, is if when you're older, you obviously have like the money to buy a lot more games. So does that mean that since adults are buying more games, that there's more adult gamers because they have the money, or I don't know. There's a lot of factors that can go into that, but
Yeah. I don't know if they
mhm.
consider a gamer to be someone who plays just Wii Sports or what.
Yeah, I'm not sure. Could be though. Could be. So let's see. Got any more news, or is it just not loading, or what's?
I'm trying.
Oh,
I can try and actually hold on.
hmm.
I think I have it here.
Okay.
Yeah. No, another news one I have is Super Smash Bros. 4 rumor. You might have heard this before, but it basically says that Super Smash Bros. On the 3DS will be called Super Smash Bros. Memories, and will focus on like retro characters like Dig Dug, Donkey Kong Jr., Ridley, Pac-Man, and Stanley the Bugman, while the Wii U version will be all about the modern characters.
Hmm. Yeah, that's actually pretty cool because the thing is, if I guess really just the more characters, the better, I would think. Because I'm hoping that
Yeah.
some of these games will have like the Kid Icarus effect, where if they how they put Pit into Brawl, I'm
Hmm.
hoping that maybe some other games will get like a reimagining or I don't know, just a new game brought out in the series. So
Yeah.
that'll be cool.
Me and my brother were also like thinking. We were wondering like what characters would be like considered retro and which ones would be modern because
Hmm.
a lot of them could fall into both categories. Like Donkey Kong is both retro and modern. Mario's got a lot of retro and modern too. I have a feeling Mario might be in both versions though.
Hmm. Yeah, maybe they'll just use different versions of the characters, like kind of how they have whatever
Yeah.
Fox McCloud and Falco. Maybe they'll do the same thing with like different skins or
Yeah, that'd be a good idea,
mhm,
like a retro
yeah.
style version.
But yeah, it should be cool if it's
And
real. But
the last one that I have is just a bit of sales on some systems.
mhm.
Like I think is the month of July. Let me pull it up real quick. Um, actually, maybe the week. I think it might be the week. Yeah.
Mhm.
So this is the week of July 28th,
Oh
around there that
yeah,
week. So what do you think the best-selling system was that week?
3DS.
Yeah, the 3DS said
Mm.
235,974 sold. What do you think the second best-selling system? This includes pretty much everything, console, handheld.
PS3.
Yeah, 18,160, which is a huge drop from 3DS
Hmm.
sales. What about after that?
Um, God, it would have to be like I would assume either like the PSP or like 360, but PSP maybe.
Yes,
Hmm.
14,029, so that's just 4,000 below that. What about after PSP?
It would then yeah, it would have to be a 360.
Nope.
Ah,
PlayStation Vita,
really?
9,081. This is just for 1 week, so I'm sure it can
Oh,
fluctuate a lot. But
mhm.
what about after the PS Vita?
Then 360?
No,
Ah,
the Wii, 10,549.
I thought the 360 was selling just as well as the PS3, so that's a little bit surprising.
Wait, actually, they actually messed up the order on that. Put PlayStation Vita above the Wii with 9,081, while the Wii has 10,549, which is below it.
Oh, okay.
So the Wii should be where the
Hmm.
PS Vita was. So, and then it's the
Okay.
360, which sold 632. which
that
is a
low.
huge drop.
Yeah,
And the Nintendo DSi sold 496. And lastly, the PlayStation 2 sold 439.
still selling.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna be one of those people that picks one up. I don't even have a PS2. I want one, but
Huh.
those things cost money, so
No. Costs money.
well, yeah.
All right. Let's see. You want to move on to, do you have anything else? No?
Um, yeah, that's it. That's all my stories in
All
statistics.
right.
So, guess we should move on
So
to the main
let's move
topic.
on to the main
Mhm.
topic, which is Mario 3D platformers. We got a lot of main topic ideas, but this is one we decided to start out with because we both have things we could say to add to the discussion for this one, I think. So there's
Mhm.
only 5 Mario 3D platformers, but we're just gonna start chronologically from the first release, which is Super Mario 64. So
So,
what's your experience on this game?
actually, when I first played it, which was what came out in '96, so I had to have been well, I've probably played in like what '99, sometime around that era, early 2000s, where I first played it. My friend had it, and I didn't like it, believe it or not,
Hmm.
because it just felt too simple to me. Because I don't know, it just really bored me. But what happened was actually I just got Mario 64 on the N64 a couple years ago, and I just started like really getting into it, and now I love it. It's a very polished game. I feel like the platforming just seems very
Hmm.
just very timeless. Really, it's just very good, I guess. But the music's great. A lot of people complain about the camera, but I haven't had any problems with it so far. The controls are very
Hmm.
interesting. They're very fun. Uh, there's actually a lot of. They're pretty deep actually. There's a lot you can do with it, but yeah, that's pretty much it for me.
All right. It's really hard for me because
Mm,
I was like really young when I first played it, but I didn't have much experience with it because well, one day like we just took me to GameStop or whatever it was, and they just let me pick a game out, and that was the one I picked out Super Mario 64. But the logical thing to do would be to take care of the cartridge, just play the game. But no, I just decided to shove a penny in it, so I pretty much didn't play that at all after that. I never really told anyone about that. I was just like, oh, I don't know. It just stopped working. And then you can still hear it rattling if you got it out. But from there, I never played the original after that.
mm,
But I got Mario 64 DS, which was pretty good, but I felt the controls were pretty bad on the DS for it. Like I have a feeling it would be a lot better now if I used the 3DS circle pad on it.
hmm
But the D-pad I don't think worked very well for it, so I never really got to experience this game.
Yeah, it's definitely worth playing, but it's a classic for a reason. I'll keep it at that.
Yeah, I've
But
still got this broken cartridge right here. I can hear it barely. You probably can't hear this.
actually, I can.
You can?
Yeah, I can hear it rattling.
It's very.
Mhm.
This is an old penny. I want to dissect this cartridge and let's see if I can do that.
Do that next in a video or something. But
Hmm. Yeah.
that'd be cool. But
So that's pretty much all my
mhm.
experience with that. I really wish I had grown up with it more though, because I've heard so many amazing things about it. But I just have vague memories of playing a little bit.
Mhm.
Um, it wasn't that revolutionary N64 game I grew up with though.
Yep. But after that, it was Sunshine, which a lot
Hmm.
of people seem to be negative on. But I think it's actually really fun. Um, the controls are obviously like very different with the. I'm not sure what's the water thing called again.
Flood.
Flood. Yeah, the flood. Actually, I kind of like the control set where you can just kind of hover and I don't know. It was different. It was fun. graphically it still looks like really great. But
Yeah, I really enjoyed it. It was my second favorite Mario game,
mhm.
second to
Yep.
only one we'll talk about later. But yeah, I thought it was really unique. The uh, the setting was really awesome too for a game. Delfino Isle is a really cool hub world to just run around in too. I
Yeah.
really enjoy. I watch a lot of Let's Plays on it too, and it
Mhm.
never gets old just watching people play that game.
Yeah, there's definitely a lot of cool stuff people can do with Mario games. Like, I'm pretty sure didn't just like yesterday or something, like a new Super Mario 64 record just got broke or something
Yeah,
like
I heard
that.
that. Didn't
Yeah,
Seth from TV and
yeah,
Lost podcast say that?
yeah. That's where I heard it from. So I don't know. Mario games are just like really cool to watch like speed runs of.
Yeah, I love watching Mario games. It never gets old for me.
Hmm. But then after that, Sunshine, it was Galaxy.
Hmm.
So yeah, I've actually just got Galaxy this year, believe it or not. So personally, I thought it was actually really fun. At first, I just kept I played it pretty much all night, and it was just very fun. It was very the platforming was very it had very unique levels. It was very different. It was almost like in Super Mario Sunshine, there was levels where I forgot what they're called specifically, but there's like space levels kind of thing where they do you know what I'm talking about? Where
The what?
they put you in
The
like a different variant, I guess. Not in Delfino Plaza, but they have like a level that's kind of just
oh, Common Observatory?
yeah. So
Yeah.
stuff like that. I feel like Galaxy was basically just a mismatch of all of those kind of almost.
Hmm.
Kind of I thought it had that feel to it, but the music's great. The controls are pretty good, and yeah, really just a lot to like from it. There's really nothing too negative you can really say about it, but
Mm.
it's just a very polished game, I think.
It was really good. It was kind of underwhelming for me at the time. I wasn't
Hmm.
that impressed by it as because I saw all the rewards. It was getting Game of the Years left and right.
Hmm.
But Super Mario Galaxy 2 really topped it for me, but the music was still really awesome. I thought, yeah, the platforming is really it's almost perfect because and it's the perfect use of the Wii remote too because
Hmm.
it's not like huge like complicated use of shaking the Wii remote constantly, but it's just a nice little shake to do a
Yeah.
simple motion. I think it worked well. I couldn't imagine doing that with just a button either.
Hmm. Actually, every time I play platformer now, I always shake my Wii remote now. So
Yeah.
it's kind yeah. Every time I play like I don't know, I'm just looking even like Sonic Colors. I'll shake my Wii remote thinking I'll do a double jump or something, but
Hmm.
yeah.
But platformers on the Wii actually use the Wii remote the best probably.
Hmm.
Like Donkey Kong Country
Definitely.
Returns, uh, like just to roll it, it was just to roll. You would shake the Wii remote, and it worked pretty well.
Hmm.
Things like that.
Yep. So then after Galaxy, there's Galaxy 2, which a lot of people say is one of the best platformers ever made. Personally, I don't think it was actually as good as the well, it didn't draw me in like the original, but I'm not sure if that's not that the game wasn't as good, or if it was more so that I just played Galaxy the first one so
Hmm.
recently. But
Yeah.
there's many good aspects to it, but it just seemed to bore me a little bit, I guess, which was obviously I'm probably in the minority, but yeah, what are your thoughts?
Yeah, I thought it was some of the most perfect platforming I've ever
Hmm.
seen because I think I had a number. It was definitely at the very top of my top 10 games of all time.
Hmm.
I made a list recently. It was right up there with Donkey Kong Country Returns. I think it was number three or number four in my favorite games. But I think just the platforming's perfect and the orchestrated music is beautiful too.
Hmm.
The like Gusty Gardens Galaxy and Sky Station Galaxy A were my favorites.
Hmm.
Um,
Yeah, they're
yeah.
probably my favorite level so far in that is I forgot what it's called, but you use Yoshi
Hmm.
and Was
You
it
don't
your
tap
E?
A. You don't tap A. You hold A to flutter.
No, I've never done that. Every time you do a double jump, you're supposed to press A twice. That's how these things work. But
No, not with Yoshi. Yoshi
yeah,
flutters.
they've never explained that at all, have they? They,
I don't know. It seemed
uh,
pretty obvious to me.
I, I don't know, not for me. But um, really, the Yoshi level where you eat the fruit and you're trying to you're running like really fast and what is it? I
Yeah,
forgot what it's called. I know it's like I want to say the galaxy has like a waterfall on it, maybe
a
something.
waterfall.
Wait, oh, I guess we can just continue. I'll look it up. But
Is that the one where you run directly up, like vertically?
yeah, that's
Yeah,
it.
that one was pretty fun. I don't remember the name of it though. I have trouble remembering
Pretty,
names of
mhm,
galaxies.
pretty sure it starts with an H. But yeah, I guess we can continue on while I look it up. But
One thing I really liked about Mario Galaxy 2 is because is unlike Galaxy where Galaxy had like a few galaxies but just a bunch of stars in that one galaxy, but Mario
mhm,
Galaxy 2 had like tons of different unique galaxies, but just like four stars or like two or three stars on it each.
mhm,
So you spend a little bit of time, but you wouldn't get bored of the galaxy or anything by the time you
mhm.
move on. So I thought that was really good.
Yeah, Super Mario Galaxy 2 felt a lot more organized, I thought, because
Mhm.
it was just much easier to keep track of everything. So definitely
The
like that.
little the Starship Mario was pretty stupid though. The for their hub.
Oh yeah, I don't
So
know why.
I like the big open hub world sometimes, but actually it was definitely a lot easier than the Mario Galaxy one I thought because you'd have to run all the way across the hub world just to get one of the levels. But
Mhm,
in this one you just have a map where it's a linear path, so it's pretty easy to get to.
mhm. And I guess the galaxy is called Hightail Falls Galaxy.
Oh
So
yeah.
yeah, that's what that was. But yeah, that's the
Have you
starting planet is my favorite level so far. But yeah, I guess that's that. So
have you ever beaten that game yet?
no, I'm still like in the middle of it. I'm at like 60-ish star pieces or whatever stars.
Yeah, I've actually 100%ed this
Uh-huh.
game. That's one of the few games that made me do that. It was that and Donkey Kong Country Returns
Hmm.
are two of the few ones that I like platformers that stand out. There's really cool. You know about the green stars?
Yeah,
Yeah, they're
it's
really cool. Especially the last level is a huge challenge. It's basically like a daredevil run where you only have one piece of health, like you can't get hurt even once. And then it's like these really intricate things. I love levels like that.
mhm.
It's kind of like similar to Rayman Origins to me, like how you have to be so precise and just learn from your mistakes.
Mm. Yeah,
So those are really
I'm actually looking forward to playing it again, uh, or playing it some more, I should say. But I guess I guess we can go on to the last one. Do you have anything else you want to say on it, or?
um mm, no, that's about it, I
Oh,
think.
okay. Well, I guess the last one is Super Mario 3D Land, which this is actually the one I didn't play, so I guess you can talk about it. But
Hmm.
looks very interesting, I think.
Yeah, I've beaten it, but I haven't done any of the special worlds yet.
Hmm.
It's really no secret at this point. There's special worlds, but that's like almost the majority of the game. That's half of the game, or the bonus worlds,
Hmm.
and they're really not that much different from the normal ones. But I really want to get into those again. I thought Mario 3D Land definitely wasn't the best. Um, I put it below Galaxy, probably the original Galaxy, in
Hmm.
my favorites, only because I haven't played Mario 64. That one's at the bottom.
Hmm.
Oh, well, extensively, I haven't. Um, but Mario 3D Land, the 3D worked pretty well, but I think people give it too much credit, thinking that it really makes the levels unique. But I don't think it does, because I played it in 2D most of the time, and it seemed to work just enough. Like
Yeah.
I feel like it's a really short. It's not necessarily short, but it's like a not a full blown Mario game in my opinion.
Hmm.
Like obviously it's a handheld version, but the 3DS has a lot more capabilities, so it makes sense they would start with this for the first full 3D Mario on handheld.
Mhm. Yep. So yeah, I think it looks actually like really cool because it looks. I don't know how to really describe it. It looks almost like they took the old 2D Mario games and they turned it into 3D. Like
Yeah, that's
it.
basically what they did.
Yeah.
It's basically the ultimate combination of the 2D and 3D Marios.
Hmm.
Like they have the 8 worlds and everything that you go through, like in the original. Um, but I don't know. For some reason, I really like Mario Galaxy 2 better because I like it better when they're like the jumps are floaty. Like you do a
Hmm.
long jump and you'll float a long way. I really
Yeah.
like that kind of platforming as opposed to Super Mario 3D Land where the long jumps felt like really heavy, like you don't
Hmm.
go very far, like very short jumps. There's something about it like
Uh,
it's like a heavier Mario game.
hmm. Well, okay then. So then, I guess that's pretty much gonna wrap up our main topic. Just kind of giving our thoughts on Mario 3D platformers, and they're awesome, awesome games. They're probably everybody knows who Mario is, so
Hmm.
you know
Yeah,
it's one of the biggest series. So,
I'd say the Mario games are probably my second favorite series.
hmm
How about do you want to like list your favorites, like starting from the highest to lowest out of the 3D platformers?
um, actually, we're about to get to the 30-minute mark on the recording, so let me hurry up and stop it again, and then I should be able to. Then I guess we can continue from there.
Right.
And it's recording now. So, guys, the 30-minute mark went up. We just got to it again. So, I guess we can start from where we were. And I guess we're going to name our favorite Mario games in order.
Yep.
All
Mario
right.
3D game platformers, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So, do you want to start that off?
Do you want to like alternate or just say I'll say my whole list?
Um, just say your whole list, I guess. Just kind of breeze
All
through
right.
it.
Number one, Super Mario Galaxy 2. I already said it's pretty much perfect platforming, one of my favorite games ever. It's the only of these 3D Mario games that made my top 10 games of all time. Then number two is Mario Sunshine. Number three is Mario Galaxy. Number four is Mario 3D Land. Five's 64 only because I haven't played it extensively, though I'm
Hmm.
sure if I grew up with it, I would have it way high on the list.
Okay, so then mine are, well, first one is obviously going to be Super Mario 64. It's definitely my favorite. I just love how, yeah, just how much deep the gameplay can get. But Super Mario 64, Super Mario Galaxy 1, Super Mario Sunshine, then Galaxy 2, and I haven't played 3D Land, so no opinion. But
Hmm. So yeah,
yeah,
our lists are pretty different there.
yeah. But hmm. So yeah, I guess that's gonna wrap up the Mario topic. So I guess we can move on to our last segment, which is the Nintendo Talk, which we're both going to recommend a game. We don't know which game we're recommending to each other and all of you. So, do you want to start off or should I?
You can go ahead, start it
Okay.
off.
Well, actually, the game I was going to recommend is on the GameCube, and it is called Custom Robo. Now, not a lot of people seem to talk about this game, but it's basically it's a mixture of Mech Fighter and of Pokemon Coliseum on the GameCube, where it's basically how the story plays out. It's pretty much the exact same as Pokemon Coliseum. Even the models look extremely similar. The animation seems pretty much the same. Uh, but when instead of getting to, I guess you can compare it to like a Pokemon battle. It's more like this little overhead mech battle. It's actually like really cool. It's I'm not sure who it's developed by, but it's definitely published by Nintendo and I'm pretty sure it didn't sell that well at all, but it's a very just fun game because it's
Hmm.
much more arcadey than say obviously what's that one game on Steel Battalion? It's nothing like that. It's just a very arcadey shooter, I guess. It's pretty fun.
Hmm.
So really, I
Yeah,
guess yeah.
I've
Hmm.
never played it before, but yeah, I always hear it on people's list of like their favorite GameCube games.
Hmm.
I thought I saw it recently. I really need to pick that up since I want to get a lot of GameCube games now.
Hmm. Yeah, really, what I would I think it's actually probably has the best writing in any video game because it's just so entertaining to listen to these characters talk. It's not voice acted. It's just like the text, but it's just so entertaining to read because there's a lot of personality in it. It's very cool. So
Hmm.
it's one of the few games where I'm like, oh yeah, it's for the story alone. It feels like really it's just very cheesy, very it's much more adult, I guess, for a Nintendo game. Some
Nice.
things they make fun of, but yeah, it's pretty cool. Check that out. So, and I guess we can move on to your game.
Yep.
Hmm.
Um, mine's actually on the WiiWare,
Mm.
and it's Final Fantasy Crystal Chronicles: My Life as a King. Have you ever played this before?
No, but I'm actually very interested in it.
Yeah, I
Mhm.
recommend this a lot. Like, I was recommending this on the forums earlier. I actually posted a review if you want to read that. It's
Okay.
in the current generation section of the PC Gamer forum in the Wii section. It's in there. It's, I go into pretty much pretty good detail about the gameplay, but it's basically right up my alley and my type of gameplay.
Hmm.
It's very high production value for just a WiiWare game too. It's basically like a simulation city builder kind of game where you basically play as a little king who's trying to pretty much rebuild the kingdom that his dad had. And then you also have these cutscenes coming in that has an interesting story. It's not too complex, but it also keeps you playing more so you can get to the new cutscenes. But it basically
Hmm.
goes by a days system, kind of like Harvest Moon, where you'll have days, and then I think I ended at like day 175.
Wow.
That
Yeah,
might seem
that's
like long, but
yeah.
uh, you have these different like missions you can do. They're kind of like quests, and the whole unique thing about the game that's either the selling point or it turns people away is that it was best described. I said this in my review. I forget who said it before. I think it might have been GameSpot,
Hmm.
but it was best described by one of the reviewers who said it's basically a Final Fantasy game where you send other people out to play Final Fantasy,
Hmm.
and because you don't do it, you literally do no fighting the entire game, which is what makes it such a like a black sheep of the franchise.
Yeah.
Um, but you have these different heroes, the adventurers they call them, that you can hire. You can hire a certain amount and then increase the amount you can hire, and then you can build. You can actually decide to build different item shops and weapon shops that they will go on like right before they go out for a behest, which is basically their quests. And at the beginning of each day, you assign like a quest for them to do that they can do on the bulletin boards, and they'll
Hmm.
just walk up to it, and then you'll say, "Yeah, you can go do the quest or whatever." And sometimes they'll just be tired, and you'll let them go rest for the day.
Hmm.
But it's really cool how it works because you get to see your city come to life a lot, and you can also like fund the different weapon shops to have higher level like weapons and armor and items. So it's really cool.
Hmm.
Um, so yeah, it's pretty much like you're spectating a Final Fantasy game being played. And then at the beginning of each day, you'll have an adventurer report, which will tell you how they did it in their quests and what they did during the day. If you want in-depth info on that,
Hmm. Yeah, because actually, the original Crystal Chronicles is actually one of my favorite games. So I actually like really like that universe. So
yeah.
it might be cool to check out. I'll
But
check
it's
it out
weird.
definitely.
It's
But
weird how different the Crystal Chronicles games are, though. They're like
uh-huh.
completely different games, each of them. Because there's also a follow-up to this game, which is Final Fantasy Crystal Chronicles: My Life as a Dark Lord,
Hmm.
which I think is a tower defense game, which is like a completely different style game than this
Yeah.
is.
Isn't that like where you're defending like a tower that it's basically the mirror of that Life is a King, where you're defending from the quest that whatever they're coming from that game, I guess.
I'm really not
Something like
sure.
that.
That
I
would
don't
be
know. I've heard
interesting,
that.
but I really never looked into it because once I just saw it was that genre,
Mm,
I'm not really into that genre though.
yeah.
So yeah, it's really
Yes.
cool.
Okay, so guess that's all of our main topic, or not main topics, but all of our segments.
Hmm.
So I guess we can wrap it up. So yes, thank you all for listening to episode one of the Hey Listen podcast. It
But
was
wait,
what? Whoa,
but wait,
whoa.
there's more. If you guys want to leave a question, we will answer any questions we get pretty much.
Hmm.
Um, and we'll probably answer them at the end, maybe throw them at the end each episode. And if you're interested in being a guest, let us know as well because we have a huge list of guests we'd like to have on, but of course there's always room for more. So if you actually want to be a guest, then go ahead and let us know, and we'll
Hmm.
try to schedule a time.
Yeah,
But
definitely.
if you don't know who we are, if you didn't know who we are before you heard this podcast, you can find me at twitter.com/zrpg, and you can find me at youtube.com/zrpgrevamped if you want more. I'm also on raptor.com/zrpgrevamped. Those are the basic things I'm on. You can also find me on Pete's Game Room Forum. I'm my name's Pokemon ZRPG on there, and that's
Hmm.
where you can pretty much send me anything on Twitter or in PGRF, and I'll get it pretty much that day. I'm pretty much on there daily.
Hmm. Yep, so for me, you can find me at basically three different outlooks, Twitter, YouTube, and PT Gaming Forum. On YouTube and the forums, I am just Annoying Navi. And on Twitter, it's Cole Annoying Nav, because I can fit Navi, so it's just
Huh.
no I. But yep, so that's it. That's where you find me at. And any last follow-ups, I guess? Concerns?
Hmm. Well, actually, if you have any
Hmm.
topic ideas, that would be cool too. Because we
Yeah.
don't have too many topic ideas. We have 4 or 5 that we plan on doing, and we plan on getting a bunch of other people involved in some of them too. So those are going to be fun to do.
Hmm. Yeah, we will definitely involve the community a lot. So if you guys, anything really, just tell us. So,
Any
mhm.
feedback, suggestions, whatever.
Yeah, we'll take it all. And, I think that was a pretty good first episode. Um, I don't
Hmm.
think it was perfect, but it was good, I guess. Or not good, but great.
Definitely not perfect, but
Yeah,
we can. There's definitely we can look back and see what we can improve on. We can
hopefully, yeah.
definitely add more details too if we need to. Because this
Hmm.
was a pretty short one, right?
It was about an hour and 10 minutes so far,
Yeah,
a little bit past that.
that is really short. So we
Hmm.
actually have room we could add stuff if we come up with more segment ideas.
Hmm.
We actually do that because we went through them faster than we expected, I guess.
Yeah. So, I
Um,
guess with that being said,
and of course, if we get more guests, then it'll also extend the length as well.
we should just keep talking, just to make
Yep,
it
just keep talking.
make it 2 hours.
Mm-hmm.
I'm
Or
surprised we
just
didn't talk that for as long as we thought we would have, but
yeah, I thought we had a lot of segments, but we really
mhm.
skimmed through the podcasts and videos. We didn't go too much into our gaming history in the beginning.
Yeah, it's whoa. Yeah, we didn't.
Yeah.
Okay, maybe next episode. Ooh,
Next episode.
yeah. So, is there any way we can drag this on longer?
we uh well actually,
Hmm.
if you want to know, I'm gonna show you the videos that I've posted this week.
Hmm.
I've posted I think I posted a good amount.
Yeah, you kept pumping stuff out. Let's
Yeah,
see.
I've got 3 videos this week actually.
Hmm.
Um there's one like right before it. Yeah, July 30th I posted Nostalgia Cake, which is
Hmm.
basically me playing these classic Pokemon tunes and just doing silly stuff. So if you
Hmm.
really want to be feel nostalgic about that, that's a good video to watch. Then I had Rayman Origins, which I just talked about my thoughts on that game. I had one where I just showed my birthday list, and then I had What's the RPG Playing episode 2, which I pretty much covered everything here now.
Hmm.
You need to post more videos.
Yeah, I've been slacking on that, but I mean, I think I only have like DS Collection Part 1 up. I don't even have Part 2 up. But
Yeah, you don't.
yeah, yeah, it's a time commitment, so I
I'm
try,
going,
but
and most of you'll probably see that we had posted videos about this too. You might have found it through that. So
hmm. So hopefully you all will listen to the next episodes to come, and yeah, I thought it was a lot of fun. But
until next
mhm.
time, see you
Until next time.
guys later. Say bye, guys.